All right. Welcome, everyone. So, it's been a long time since I've been live. And if you didn't see my former lives, um, and you're coming across this for the first time, this is live intuitive readings with Yolessa. So, if you have things, you want to know about, um, if you have questions, about your purpose, about your direction, about your career, about your relationships, about anything, um, you can simply post them to the comments. And I will answer them in the order that they appear. So I'm just going to hang out. As I mentioned before, it's been a while since I've gone live. While I'm talking about this, one thing that I can start to talk about is kind of, any messages that are coming through right now, today, uh, um, that are coming through for you guys. Um so let me just see here. So let me just tune in for a moment and see uh, what kind of messages are coming through for the people that are uh, watching. So it seems the first thing that's coming through for me is that right now, literally meaning the time that we're in, the end of July. I can see in terms of the land and just general environmental situations, there's going to be a lot of instability and things kind of wavering um, up and down. But ironically, as we enter into this, and I think it's because we have literally, I'm being shown a portal. We have literally recently entered into kind of a new timeline in a sense where things of old are going to like pass away, and it's like we're entering into a new era. But it's not. But the energy is not quite stabilized yet. There's intensification. It feels like there's intensification of kind of the light side, but then there's also intensification of kind of the heavier side or the darker side, which means that you're going to get a lot of polarity happening, and in that polarity, it means really great things can happen, and if you focus your mind, things will really speed up for you. But on the other hand, if you are not focused, or in a more detracting direction, things can also get very heavy and very difficult. So we're in this kind of polarizing time, polarizing effect. It feels like this is going to go on until at least November. Kind of that's the energy influencing us generally in the planet. It really doesn't matter who you are. We're all on the ride here, so we're all being influenced. So what's really needed at this time for everyone is for you to uh, decide, on a focal point, something that you're going to focus on, dig deep inside, and kind of dig into what you really want. Because this is a time where if you decide to focus on your dream or what you really want or your vision, more than anything, the energy is pushing you forward, for like a quantum leap for things to really happen to you, for you, you know. But on the other side, if you don't focus, then the effect of the scattered energy is also extreme. All right. So, for those of you who are just tuning in, we're doing live intuitive readings here. So, if you have questions, if there's anything you want insight into in your life, I'm here for you. You can just simply kind of type in the comments. and I will answer you promptly to the best of my ability. All right, so I'm going to keep on going till we get some people tuning in here. Like I said before, it's been a while since I have streamed myself doing these live readings. So they are free. I'm inviting you all in, kind of reaching out. It's just a matter of you reaching out and asking your questions and leaving them in the comments. But I'm going to continue talking about kind of our current environmental conditions so you can understand kind of what you're working with for everyone. When I say environmental, I'm talking about like planetary conditions that we're in right now, to be aware of those influences. So a lot of times people kind of feel like, their life is theirs, and sometimes we forget that we are, on an earth and that we're influenced by the environment of the earth. But the reality is that we are, and that we're not really acting alone, and that there's the pressure of the forces of the planet, and then more individually of even like the land and the place that we specifically live in and the people that we're around, that's kind of informing our experience. And so, at this time, at this time, I can really feel like the forces, I'm just going to say the forces, because it's not so much as beings or anything. It's just that certain forces are aligned toward the earth right now, like having to do with planetary alignments and whatnot. And certain forces that are aligned, as I said before, there's an intensification, but it's like the light is coming down upon us heavily. Now, naturally, when things become illuminated, whatever has been in the dark has to come to the surface. It's the equivalent of turning the lights on in the basement. So if you haven't cleaned your basement for a long time and you suddenly turn the lights on, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's such a mess, right? I've been hiding this thing in the basement. So all the things that we've just been hiding and tucking away, this is kind of a time when those things are going to begin to emerge, probably since July hit, maybe mid-June. Is it just a time when those things are just going to start to emerge? They're going to come out of hiding. It's going to be a little cleaning want to come on. Now, when the cleaning begins to happen, what sort of comes with the cleaning forces, so, and I'm saying this because if you've been going through a lot of conflict lately, like in your relationships or other things just have been happening, and you're like, what is really going on? All these intense experiences, this is what's happening in my world. Like, it's not just you, which is what a lot of people tend to think. They tend to think in this sort of that they really, have a lot of power and hold up. We're just trying to get into IG Live. Yeah. All right. There we go. All right. So they tend to think they have like a lot of power, or we tend to think we have a lot of like super control over our lives, and which could be a good thing, but it could also be a detractor because it means that a lot of times when these greater forces are at work, we think we should be able to control the circumstances, and we're getting frustrated when we feel like we cannot, versus understanding, oh, there are greater forces at work, and this is a matter of patience and time, or kind of understanding the greater forces of work and taking aligned action or strategic action that kind of matches the temperament of the moment, right? So right now, the temperament of the moment has everything to do with kind of the intensification, the light coming down and everything want to come out. So if you know that, then, when it starts to happen, you can realize, oh, like this may feel intense and maybe not that good, but this is the process of transformation. And something that I've wanted for a long time is having a chance to emerge and to come out. It's actually very exciting. If you don't get too wrapped up in the reality that you're seeing around you, and you can kind of come in, kind of go and feel into the energy of it and realize like, oh, I'm watching the transformation process, and this kind of falling apart or the difficulties or the conflicts that I'm seeing is the process of things rebuilding themselves, happening very quickly. So a very positive effect is coming for me. So good things are coming for you guys. Um, Good things are coming for you guys. This is super exciting time, uh, for everyone. So make sure to focus your energy. Make sure to kind of really be diligent about deciding what it is you want and going after it, to make things happen for you. And I assure you, more than probably any other time in history, if you do that, you are going to like fly on the sky of quantum time and your life will transform. All right. I love you, and I'm going to end the stream, and we will see you again. So I'm going to log in again. I want to make sure this live stream is on Instagram. So if you're seeing me now and want to find me in just a moment, I am going to come back out live on Instagram. All right.